Ethan returned to the village after Clara's visit, feeling happier and calmer. He realized how much Clara's friendship meant to him, and the importance of keeping their worlds connected. Ethan spent the following days sharing what he had learned with Samantha and the villagers, teaching them about Clara's people and their peaceful ways. The villagers slowly accepted Clara's people, becoming curious instead of fearful. Samantha especially listened closely, fascinated by Ethan's descriptions of the underwater world and Clara's gentle nature. One evening, Ethan and Samantha sat together near the beach, looking out at the ocean. Samantha looked thoughtful, finally turning toward Ethan. "Do you think Clara's people would allow others to visit them?" Samantha asked softly. Ethan considered carefully before answering. "If they trust you, yes. Clara's people value kindness and respect. If they sense your sincerity, they will welcome you." Samantha nodded thoughtfully. "I would like to meet Clara someday," she said gently. "She sounds very special." Ethan smiled warmly, feeling hopeful. "She is, and I think she would like you." The next morning, Ethan returned to the hidden bay, hoping Clara might visit again soon. As he walked along the shore, he noticed something unusual in the water. Moving closer, he saw Clara swimming toward him, accompanied by another from her people. Ethan waited calmly by the water's edge, greeting Clara warmly as she emerged. "Ethan," Clara smiled happily, taking his hand gently. "This is Leah, my closest friend. She wished to meet you." Leah stepped forward carefully, smiling shyly at Ethan. "Clara speaks highly of you," she said softly. "Thank you for protecting and helping her." "It was my honor," Ethan replied sincerely, feeling pleased by Leah's kindness. Clara explained that her people wanted to meet some villagers, hoping to strengthen their connection. Ethan felt excited about this possibility, quickly agreeing to arrange a meeting. "I'll speak with Samantha," Ethan promised. "She has shown great interest and respect." Clara smiled, clearly pleased. "Then we'll return soon." That afternoon, Ethan discussed a meeting with Samantha. She eagerly agreed, feeling honored by Clara's invitation. Ethan carefully explained how to behave respectfully, ensuring the meeting would be peaceful. A few days later, Ethan and Samantha waited at the hidden bay. Clara and Leah arrived, greeting them warmly. Samantha felt amazed meeting Clara in person, quickly understanding Ethan's admiration. "Welcome," Clara spoke gently, smiling warmly at Samantha. "Ethan has told me much about you." "And Ethan has told me much about you," Samantha replied sincerely, smiling gently. "Thank you for trusting us." Clara led them carefully into the water, guiding Samantha gently as they moved toward the underwater cave. Samantha marveled at the beauty around them, amazed by the glowing coral, colorful fish, and peaceful atmosphere. Inside the cave, Clara introduced Samantha to her mother and others from her community. Samantha carefully expressed her respect and interest, asking questions and listening carefully. Clara's people quickly sensed her genuine kindness. Feeling comfortable with her presence. As the meeting ended, Clara's mother spoke gently to Samantha. "You are always welcome here. Tell your people we desire peace and understanding." Samantha nodded gratefully. "I promise to share your message." Ethan felt deep joy witnessing this moment, seeing his friends from different worlds connecting peacefully. He realized how much they could learn from each other through kindness and respect. Over the following days, the villagers slowly visited Clara's people in small groups, guided by Ethan and Samantha. Each meeting increased understanding and friendship between the two groups. Clara often accompanied Ethan during these visits, their bond growing stronger each day. One evening, as they sat together by the water, Clara quietly spoke to Ethan. "Our worlds are changing, Ethan. You made this possible." "No," Ethan gently corrected, smiling warmly. "We made this possible together." Clara smiled softly, feeling deeply connected to Ethan. "Will you always be part of my life?" she asked softly. Ethan squeezed her hand gently, his eyes filled with warmth. "Always, Clara. Nothing can break the bond we share." Clara leaned her head gently on Ethan's shoulder, feeling deeply comforted by his presence. They sat quietly, listening to the gentle waves, enjoying their peaceful moment together. As weeks passed, both communities learned more from each other. Clara's people taught the villagers how to protect the ocean, sharing their deep knowledge about marine life and ecosystems. The villagers showed Clara's people the best of human life, including art, music, and simple joys. Ethan felt proud seeing the harmony grow between their worlds. Clara was happier too, knowing she could now freely visit both her home and Ethan's village without fear. One bright morning, Ethan and Clara walked along the shore together. Clara paused, looking thoughtfully at Ethan. "Ethan, do you ever wish you could live underwater with us?" Clara asked softly. Ethan considered deeply, smiling gently at Clara. "Your world is beautiful, and I love visiting. But my place is here, helping our world stay connected." Clara nodded understandingly, smiling warmly. "You are right. You are the bridge between us." Ethan squeezed her hand reassuringly, feeling deeply happy about his role. "And you are the reason this connection happened," he replied sincerely. As they walked further along the beach, they spotted Samantha and Leah chatting happily nearby. Clara smiled brightly, pleased by the friendships growing around them. "Our worlds have found harmony," Clara said softly, her voice filled with joy. "Yes," Ethan agreed warmly. "And our friendship made it possible." Clara leaned closer to Ethan, feeling deeply grateful. "You taught me that kindness and trust can overcome fear and misunderstanding." "Thank you, Ethan." "Thank you, Clara." Ethan replied gently. "You taught me about courage and peace." Together, they watched the sunrise, feeling deep happiness and peace. They knew their bond had changed both their lives forever, creating lasting friendship and unity between their two worlds. Back on Earth, Jack struggled to readjust to his old life. He often thought of Lyra and the villagers, missing their kindness and warmth deeply. He shared his experiences eagerly, telling others about the wisdom and compassion he found on the alien planet. His stories fascinated many people, inspiring new understanding and respect for other worlds. However, Jack felt restless, feeling a strong desire to return and ensure lasting peace between humans and Lyra's people. He knew communication had to continue to strengthen their friendship. With strong determination, Jack approached the space exploration leaders, urging them to maintain peaceful contact with the alien villagers. "We must respect their world, always showing kindness and understanding," Jack explained earnestly to the council. His sincerity and passion convinced them, and they agreed to send another peaceful mission to continue building trust. Jack eagerly volunteered, knowing he needed to return and support the friendships he built. Soon, he was back on a spaceship, traveling towards Lyra's planet once again. Excitement and joy filled his heart, knowing he would see Lyra and the villagers soon. Upon arriving, Jack quickly noticed positive changes. The village was thriving, showing signs of growth and improved resources. Villagers greeted him warmly, happy to see him again. Lyra hurried towards Jack, her smile bright and welcoming. "Jack, you came back!" she exclaimed joyfully, embracing him warmly. Jack hugged Lyra tightly, smiling brightly. "I promised I would return. Our friendship means everything to me." Lyra led Jack through the village, proudly showing him new improvements made through cooperation between humans and her people. Houses were stronger, fields more productive, and villagers healthier and happier. Jack felt immense pride, knowing the unity he helped build had made real lasting improvements. Orin warmly greeted Jack again, his eyes filled with deep gratitude. "Your return proves true friendship, Jack. Our people grow stronger together." Jack smiled sincerely. "Your wisdom guided me always, Orin. Our worlds are united now, stronger together." Jack soon noticed Talar leading efforts to train young villagers in emergency skills and disaster response, clearly inspired by Jack's teachings. Jack felt proud seeing Talar's newfound trust and leadership. One evening, villagers and humans shared stories around a large fire, laughter and friendship filling the air. Lyra sat close to Jack, quietly expressing gratitude. You brought true change, Jack. You showed us humans could truly be friends. Jack smiled warmly. And your people show humans what true friendship means. Our bond will grow even stronger. Yet, despite joy, Jack sensed something troubling Lyra. Gently, he asked, Lyra, is something wrong? Lyra hesitated, then spoke softly. Some villages far away fear humans. They heard stories of past harms. They refuse contact, fearing danger. Jack nodded, understanding the villagers' fear. Perhaps we can visit these villages, showing them peaceful intentions. Lyra agreed eagerly, and together they organized a journey to distant villages, hoping to build new trust. Jack and Lyra traveled carefully, always showing kindness and respect. Arriving at the first village, villagers watched warily, distrust clear in their eyes. Jack approached slowly, gently explaining his peaceful intentions. Villagers listened cautiously, observing Jack's respectful behavior carefully to show sincerity. Jack helped villagers repair damaged buildings, always working patiently and kindly. Lyra translated clearly, ensuring villagers understood Jack's genuine intentions. Slowly, suspicion softened into careful acceptance. At night, Jack shared stories of his past experiences, explaining honestly how humans made mistakes but learned to change. Villagers listened closely, considering his words carefully. Finally, a respected elder approached Jack, speaking cautiously. Your actions show true respect, human. Perhaps we judge too quickly. We will trust carefully. Jack accepted gratefully, understanding trust must grow slowly. He and Lyra continued their journey, visiting many villages, always building careful trust and understanding. After weeks of traveling, Jack and Lyra returned to their village, feeling successful yet exhausted. Villagers welcomed them warmly, celebrating their return and progress made. Orin approached proudly, speaking warmly, You spread true peace, Jack. Your actions prove the goodness of humans. Our worlds are truly united now. Jack thanked Orin sincerely, grateful for his constant support. Yet he knew their mission was ongoing, needing continued effort and care. One evening, Jack and Lyra sat quietly by the river, reflecting on their journey. Lyra spoke thoughtfully. Our bond grows stronger every day, Jack. You changed our hearts forever. Jack smiled warmly, gently squeezing her hand. You and your people changed mine too, Lyra. Your wisdom and kindness inspire me always. Jack promised himself he would always support peaceful cooperation between their worlds. He knew true understanding required constant effort, but their friendship gave him strength. The following days brought joyful news. Villagers from distant areas sent messages, expressing willingness to trust humans. Jack and Lyra celebrated happily, knowing their efforts truly mattered. Finally, the time came for Jack to return home again. Villagers gathered warmly, expressing deep gratitude and farewell wishes. Talar approached, speaking sincerely. Your return showed true friendship, Jack. We are forever grateful. Jack thanked Talar warmly, proud of their strong bond. Orin spoke gently, his words filled with warmth. Your heart united us, Jack. Our worlds remain connected through friendship and trust. Jack promised sincerely, our friendship will always guide me, Orin. I will ensure our bond grows stronger. Lyra stood quietly, smiling gently. She took Jack's hand, speaking softly. Our friendship will never end, Jack. Your kindness will always stay with us. Jack nodded warmly, deeply touched. You and your people are always in my heart, Lyra. Our worlds are united forever. As Jack boarded the spaceship again, villagers waved warmly, their trust and friendship clear. Jack felt deep emotion, knowing their bond was strong and lasting. He promised himself he would always carry their friendship in his heart, forever guiding his actions and dreams. Jack felt a deep relief after contacting his crew. Knowing help was on the way comforted him, but he also worried about the villagers. He hoped humans coming to the planet would respect Lyra's people and their home. To prepare, Jack spoke carefully with Orin and the other elders. He explained what to expect from the rescue team and how to communicate clearly. Villagers listened closely, wanting to ensure peace. Orin trusted Jack deeply, reassuring the other humans would come peacefully this time. Lyra stayed close to Jack, providing constant support and guidance. She sensed his worries and reassured him gently. You have taught us trust, Jack. Your people will learn from your example. Jack felt comforted by Lyra's confidence, grateful for her steady presence. Together, they helped the villagers prepare, building a safe landing area near the village. Jack carefully marked clear signals, ensuring his crew could land safely. Finally, the day arrived. Villagers gathered nervously, watching the sky. Jack stood calmly, Lyra by his side, ready to greet the humans. Soon, a faint rumbling filled the air as a human spaceship appeared. Descending carefully, Jack waved confidently, signaling clearly. The ship landed softly, engines powering down. After a moment, the ship's doors opened, and Jack's crew stepped out slowly, amazed by the beautiful alien landscape. The crew stared in surprise, seeing Jack healthy and safe. Jack approached warmly, welcoming them. It's good to see you all again, he said simply. Embracing his friends, crew members greeted Jack warmly, relieved he was alive. Jack introduced him carefully to Lyra, Orin, and the villagers, speaking clearly to avoid misunderstanding. The humans followed Jack's guidance respectfully, showing genuine kindness. Lyra and Orin greeted the humans politely, expressing cautious welcome. Lyra translated clearly, ensuring everyone understood each other. Villagers watched closely, noticing the crew's respect and careful behavior. The crew quickly shared supplies and offered medical assistance to the villagers, demonstrating genuine goodwill. Villagers slowly relaxed, trusting Jack's crew because of their respectful actions. That evening, humans and aliens shared a peaceful meal, exchanging stories and knowledge. Jack felt proud, seeing the harmony between both groups. Orin spoke warmly, thanking the humans for their kindness and respect. However, despite the peace, Jack noticed Talar still cautious and quiet. Understanding Talar's lingering doubts, Jack approached him gently, sitting beside him. Talar, are you still worried? Jack asked carefully. Tlar nodded slowly. Yes, Jack. I see your people are kind now, but our history is painful. I fear the past repeating itself. Jack nodded. Understandingly, I know trust takes time. Talar, please watch carefully. You will see true respect and kindness from these humans. Talar agreed, observing closely over the next few days. The humans helped the villagers rebuild, sharing useful skills and resources. They listened carefully, respecting the villagers' guidance and traditions. Jack watched Talar closely, noticing his quiet approval growing slowly. Finally, Talar approached Jack again, his expression softer. You were right, Jack, Talar admitted humbly. Your people have shown genuine kindness and respect. I am learning to trust again. Jack smiled warmly, feeling deeply grateful for Talar's honesty and openness. As days passed, the humans and villagers became closer, friendship growing steadily. Jack noticed Lyra and his crew sharing laughter and stories, their bonds deepening. He felt profound happiness, knowing their unity would continue long after he returned to Earth. Yet, Jack felt sadness thinking about leaving. Lyra noticed his thoughtful silence, gently approaching him one evening. You will soon return to your home, Jack. Will you miss us? Jack nodded slowly, smiling gently. I will miss everyone deeply, Lyra, especially you. Your friendship changed me greatly. Lyra smiled softly, her eyes warm. You changed us too, Jack. Our worlds are forever connected now. Jack agreed quietly, knowing their bond was unbreakable. He promised himself he would always cherish the friendships and memories made here. Finally, preparations for Jack's departure began. Villagers gathered, expressing sincere gratitude and farewell wishes. Orin approached Jack respectfully, speaking warmly. You brought understanding and peace, Jack. Our people owe you much. Please carry our friendship back to your world. Jack accepted. Orin's words humbly, promising sincerely, "I will share your kindness and wisdom with Earth. Your trust changed me forever." Talar stepped forward, speaking clearly and confidently. "You showed us humans can learn and grow, Jack. Thank you for your courage and kindness." Jack thanked Talar warmly, deeply touched by his words. Lyra stood quietly nearby, watching Jack with gentle sadness. She finally approached, taking Jack's hand gently. "Your presence gave us hope, Jack." "We will remember you always," Lyra said softly. Jack smiled warmly, squeezing her hand gently. "I will remember you too, Lyra. Our friendship will guide me always." Finally, Jack boarded the spaceship, waving goodbye. Villagers watched quietly, expressing deep gratitude and respect. Lyra stood strong, smiling warmly despite her tears as the spaceship lifted gently into the sky. Jack watched the village fade slowly, feeling deep emotion. He knew leaving was difficult, but the bonds forged between their worlds would remain strong. Back on Earth, Jack would ensure Lyra's people and their kindness were never forgotten. He knew the understanding and trust built between their two worlds was just the beginning. The lessons he learned would guide him always, forever shaping his heart and actions. After the dam incident, Jack became fully accepted in the village. Villagers now openly greeted him, inviting him to their homes and sharing their lives with him. Jack felt deeply grateful, knowing the trust he had earned was precious and rare. Orin often invited Jack to sit with him, asking many questions about humans and Earth. Jack explained carefully, describing human cities, technology, and daily life. Orin listened attentively, often amazed but sometimes troubled by the great differences between their worlds. One day, Lyra suggested Jack teach the villagers useful human skills. Jack agreed eagerly. He began teaching basic first aid and emergency response methods, using simple language and demonstrations. Villagers learned quickly, finding the information valuable and helpful. Lyra was always by Jack's side, translating clearly and helping villagers feel comfortable. Together, they made a strong team, bridging gaps between their worlds. Villagers began seeing Jack not just as a helpful visitor, but as a trusted friend. However, despite growing acceptance, some villagers remained doubtful. A small group led by an alien named Talar openly questioned Jack's intentions. Talar frequently argued humans could never fully be trusted, reminding villagers of past harm caused by humans. Jack understood Talar's concerns and respected his caution. He approached Talar gently one afternoon, hoping to speak openly. "I know humans made mistakes, Talar, but we can learn and change. Give me a chance to prove myself." Talar listened carefully, his expression hard yet thoughtful. After a long moment, he nodded slightly. "I will watch you closely, human. Prove your words with your actions." Jack accepted this challenge humbly, determined to win Talar's trust. Lyra admired Jack's patience and courage, believing he could succeed. The following days brought new challenges. The village faced difficulties after the dam collapse, needing repairs and supplies urgently. Jack organized groups efficiently, using his experience from Earth to improve their work. One afternoon, while searching for repair materials in a nearby forest, Jack heard a cry for help. He rushed towards the sound, finding Talar trapped beneath a fallen tree branch. Talar struggled, painfully unable to free himself. Jack immediately moved to help, carefully lifting the heavy branch. Talar watched in surprise as Jack worked, noticing the genuine worry in Jack's eyes. After freeing Talar, Jack quickly checked him for injuries, gently ensuring he was safe. "Why did you help me?" Talar asked softly, confused and uncertain. "You know I doubted you," Jack answered simply, "because helping each other is what true friends do." Talar stared quietly, understanding slowly forming in his eyes. He finally nodded gratefully, accepting Jack's hand to stand. "Thank you, Jack. I see now I was wrong." Word of Jack's actions spread quickly through the village. Talar openly spoke about Jack's kindness and bravery, finally convincing those who doubted. Jack felt relief and happiness, knowing he had overcome another barrier. With new unity, the village repaired quickly, stronger than before. Villagers often asked Jack for advice, valuing his insights and ideas. Jack gladly shared knowledge, learning as much as he taught. Lyra watched proudly, pleased to see growing harmony. One evening, Jack and Lyra walked quietly beneath a bright, star-filled sky. Jack spoke thoughtfully. I never imagined I could find such acceptance here. Your people have taught me so much. Lyra smiled gently. And you have taught us, Jack. You showed us humans can change, can be trusted. Our worlds have grown closer because of you. Jack felt deeply moved by her words, grateful for the friendship and trust they had built together. Yet he knew their journey was far from over. He worried about his home, wondering if Earth believed he was alive. Noticing Jack's worry, Lyra asked softly, Do you miss your home, Jack? He nodded slowly. Yes, but being here has changed me. I found a new family, new purpose. Still, I wonder about my crew, if they're safe. Lyra squeezed Jack's hand gently, comforting him. Perhaps there is a way to communicate with your people to let them know you're safe. Jack looked hopeful. Do you think it's possible? Lyra nodded determinedly. Our elders know old technology hidden nearby. We can ask for their help. The next day, they approached Orin and other elders with their requests. The elders listened carefully, considering deeply. Finally, Orin spoke. This is risky, but you have earned our trust. We will help you contact your world. Jack felt deep gratitude, understanding the great trust they showed. The elders led Jack and Lyra to a hidden chamber filled with ancient communication devices, unused for generations. Jack carefully examined the equipment, recognizing familiar controls. He worked patiently, repairing and adjusting the old machinery. Lyra stayed beside him, helping whenever she could. Finally, after many hours, the device hummed to life, lights flickering softly. Jack sent out a simple message, praying someone would hear. Soon, a faint voice responded, filled with disbelief and relief. Jack recognized his crew's voice, emotional and joyful. They quickly exchanged vital information, ensuring help was on the way. Villagers gathered outside, hearing the news. They celebrated joyfully, relieved Jack's people would come in peace. Orin spoke warmly, This is a new beginning. Jack's presence here changed our hearts. Perhaps now humans and our people can truly learn to coexist. Jack smiled gratefully, seeing hope and joy in the faces around him. He knew their shared journey had truly begun. He promised himself he would ensure both worlds remain friends, building trust and understanding that would last generations. After the fire incident, Jack felt more accepted by Lyra's people, though caution and doubt remained. Some villagers began to greet him with quiet nods, acknowledging his bravery. Others still avoided him, their fears strong. Jack understood. Changing minds took time, and he stayed patient. Lyra continued teaching Jack about her world, their traditions and values. Jack listened carefully, trying hard to learn. He asked questions, showing sincere interest. Lyra appreciated Jack's efforts, believing they could build trust together. One morning, Lyra decided to introduce Jack to an elder named Orin. Orin was respected and wise, known for fairness. Lyra hoped Orin could help Jack gain deeper trust among her people. They walked to Orin's small house at the edge of the village. Jack felt nervous, knowing the meeting was important. Orin greeted them warmly, his eyes thoughtful as he studied Jack closely. You have shown courage, human. Orin spoke gently. Lyra trusts you, and I trust her. Yet our people remain uncertain. Many suffered greatly because of your kind. Jack nodded solemnly. I understand. Humans made mistakes, but we can change. I want to help repair what was broken. Orin listened carefully, considering Jack's words. After a moment, he spoke again. Prove your sincerity. Tomorrow, join our workers repairing the village. Show our people you truly care for our community. Jack agreed eagerly. He saw this as an important chance to build trust. The next morning, he arrived early at the village center. Villagers watched him carefully, still uncertain but willing to let him try. Jack joined workers repairing damaged homes, working tirelessly alongside them. The aliens showed him how to use their tools, and Jack learned quickly. He helped lift heavy beams, patched roofs, and cleared debris. As the day passed, Jack's determination impressed those around him. At midday, workers took a short break. Jack sat quietly, feeling tired but proud. Lyra approached him, smiling warmly. "You are doing well. They see your honesty and hard work." Jack smiled back, grateful for her support. He noticed some villagers whispering among themselves, glancing his way. Their expressions were less hostile, now more curious and thoughtful. Later that day, as Jack continued working, he noticed trouble nearby. A small child was trapped beneath heavy debris from a damaged house. Without thinking, Jack ran to help, quickly lifting and moving the heavy rubble. Villagers gathered, watching nervously. The child cried softly, clearly frightened. Jack spoke gently, comforting her as he carefully freed her from the wreckage. He carried her safely to her anxious parents, who quickly took her from Jack's arms, thanking him tearfully. The villagers around watched closely, whispering approvingly. The parents expressed sincere gratitude to Jack, their eyes showing newfound respect. Jack felt a wave of relief and pride, knowing his actions had spoken louder than words. Orin approached slowly, a small smile on his face. "You have proven yourself again, Jack. Actions reveal true character. Perhaps there is hope for humans and my people to understand each other." Jack thanked Orin respectfully, feeling honored by the elder's words. Lyra gently took Jack's hand, smiling warmly. She felt proud of his courage and kindness, believing strongly in their mission. In the following days, Jack's acceptance grew slowly but steadily. Villagers began speaking to him more openly, sharing stories and smiles. Jack continued helping whenever he could, determined to show his genuine care for Lyra's people. One evening, Lyra and Jack sat by a quiet stream, resting after another long day. Lyra spoke softly. "You've done much, Jack. But true acceptance requires something deeper. Our people value community, protecting each other above all. You must show them you're part of our community." Jack thought deeply, understanding Lyra's meaning. He knew he needed to do something bigger, something meaningful. His mind raced with ideas, seeking a way to prove he belonged. Later that night, an urgent alarm sounded in the village. Jack and Lyra rushed outside to find chaos. A nearby dam had been damaged by the recent fires, and now it threatened to collapse, flooding the village. Villagers panicked, unsure of how to stop the disaster. Jack quickly gathered the community, calmly giving clear instructions through Lyra. They quickly built barriers and diverted water, working swiftly to protect their homes. Amidst the chaos, Jack noticed Orin trapped near the weakening dam. He raced towards him, ignoring Lyra's fearful cries. Water surged dangerously around them, the dam groaning under pressure. Jack reached Orin just as the dam broke apart, water roaring toward them. He quickly lifted Orin onto higher ground, using all his strength. Villagers watched, terrified and helpless. With a final push, Jack secured Orin safely above the rushing water, though he himself slipped, falling into the powerful current. Villagers shouted in horror as Jack struggled against the powerful flow. Just as Jack began losing strength, several villagers formed a chain, pulling him safely from the water. Exhausted but safe, Jack looked around. Faces once filled with fear now shone. With deep respect and gratitude, Orin approached, deeply moved. "You risked your life again, Jack. This village is truly your home now." Jack, breathless but relieved, nodded humbly. He saw Lyra smiling proudly, her eyes bright with happiness. Jack realized he had finally earned genuine trust. His actions had shown Lyra's people humans could indeed become true friends and allies. Jack grew stronger with each passing day, thanks to Lyra's attentive care. He learned quickly how to communicate better with gestures and simple signs. Lyra taught him words from her language, and Jack helped her understand basic English words. They developed their own simple way of talking, building a bridge between their worlds. One morning, Lyra took Jack outside into the nearby woods. She pointed to various plants, carefully explaining their uses. Jack understood her easily now. He learned which plants healed, which provided food, and which ones were dangerous. The forest around them felt peaceful, yet Jack sensed Lyra's constant caution. She was always listening and looking around, ensuring they were safe. As they walked, Jack noticed Lyra seemed worried. He gently touched her arm, showing concern through his eyes. Lyra sighed softly and sat down by a large tree. Jack sat beside her, waiting patiently for her to speak. My people fear humans because humans once hurt us deeply. Lyra began slowly, speaking carefully so Jack would understand. Long ago, humans arrived here wanting resources from our planet. They didn't understand our ways. They damaged our land, taking without giving back. Many of my people suffered greatly. Jack listened closely, feeling sadness and guilt. He understood why her people saw humans as dangerous. Lyra continued. Since then, our leaders teach us to fear humans, to see you as a threat. They believe humans are selfish, caring only for themselves. Lyra paused, looking at Jack with gentle eyes. But you, Jack, are different. You show kindness and gratitude. You saved me, even though it risked exposing you. Why? Jack thought carefully before answering. Because it was the right thing to do. Your kindness saved my life. I want your people to understand we aren't all selfish. Humans can learn, change, and become better. Lyra smiled softly, believing his words. She reached out and took Jack's hand, squeezing it gently in thanks. As days passed, Lyra and Jack continued sharing knowledge. Jack taught Lyra stories about Earth, about human families, communities, and values. Lyra listened carefully, often, surprised by human warmth and compassion. Jack also learned about Lyra's society, their respect for nature, and deep community bonds. One afternoon, Lyra showed Jack a small village hidden in the distance. From their hiding spot, Jack saw aliens working together, children playing and families laughing. Yet he noticed guards patrolling carefully, always watching for danger. Jack felt the heavy weight of being an outsider. Lyra explained softly, We protect our homes closely because of past harm. Trust is hard for my people. To trust again means risking more pain. Jack understood and felt determined. He knew he needed to show Lyra's people humans could earn their trust. He wondered how he could prove himself. That evening, a loud explosion suddenly shook the ground, startling Jack and Lyra. Screams filled the air, and smoke rose from the village. Without thinking, Jack rushed towards the chaos. Lyra close behind. When they arrived, they saw flames spreading fast through the village, homes burning quickly. Lyra's people were panicking, running everywhere, unsure what to do. Jack immediately remembered his emergency training from his space missions. He acted quickly, organizing small groups to form water lines from the nearby river. Lyra translated Jack's instructions clearly, helping her people understand. Together, they worked tirelessly to put out the fires. Jack moved fast, helping the injured and rescuing those trapped. Despite his exhaustion, he refused to stop until everyone was safe. The aliens watched Jack with shock and surprise, seeing a human risk his life to save them. Finally, the fires were under control, and the village was safe again. Jack stood among Lyra's people, breathing heavily, covered in soot and sweat. Everyone stared silently at him, their fear mixed with gratitude and confusion. An older alien, clearly a leader, stepped forward. He spoke softly, questioning Jack. Through Lyra, why did you risk your life for us? Humans hurt us before. Why help us now? Jack answered sincerely, Because not all humans are the same. I wanted to help because it was right. You saved me first through Lyra's kindness. I want to return that kindness. The leader studied Jack carefully, weighing his words. Finally, He nodded slightly, acknowledging Jack's bravery. Later, as Jack and Lyra walked back to her home, she gently took his hand. "You showed my people something important today. You showed them humans can be trusted." Jack smiled tiredly, grateful for the chance to begin changing minds. He knew this was only a small step, but it was a meaningful one. He was determined to continue proving his worth, helping Lyra's people see humans differently. That night, Jack and Lyra sat quietly together under the stars. Jack felt hope growing inside him. Despite the dangers, he knew he was exactly where. He was meant to be helping Lyra build trust and understanding between their worlds.